For years, people over 60 have been told the same thing. Eat more eggs if you want to preserve your muscle. It sounds simple, logical even. Eggs are often labeled as the perfect protein, but when you look closer, especially in older adults, that idea starts to fall apart. The truth is, relying too heavily on eggs after 60 may not give your body what it actually needs. In some cases, it can even work against you. Cholesterol levels may rise, the heart can be placed under additional strain, and despite all that effort, muscle loss can still continue quietly in the background. What most people never hear is that eggs are not even among the top protein-dense foods per 100 grams. And yet, they've remained at the center of the conversation for decades. Meanwhile, other foods, often cheaper, more nutrient-dense, and far more effective, have been overlooked. Today, we're going to explore 5 of those foods. These are options that not only provide protein, but also support muscle repair, reduce inflammation, and help maintain independence as you age. And I encourage you to stay with me, because the final one on this list is unlike anything most people have ever considered. It's so nutrient-dense that it's even being studied for use in space. But before we begin, let me ask you something simple. How old are you, and where are you watching from today? Take a moment and share it in the comments. I always find it fascinating to see how far this message reaches. Let's start with something small, but surprisingly powerful. Pumpkin seeds. They may not look impressive at first glance, but nutritionally, they are in a completely different category. Gram for gram, they contain more than double the protein found in eggs. And beyond protein, they deliver magnesium, zinc, iron, and powerful antioxidants that your body depends on, especially after 60. These nutrients don't just build muscle. They support how your muscles function. Magnesium helps contraction and relaxation. Zinc supports recovery. And antioxidants quietly reduce the inflammation that slowly breaks down muscle tissue over time. This matters more than most people realize. After 65, nearly half of adults begin to experience sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle that leads to weakness, instability, and falls. It doesn't happen overnight. It's subtle, progressive, and often ignored until it's already advanced. Adding something as simple as a handful of pumpkin seeds each day can begin to shift that process. Mixed into yogurt, blended into a smoothie, or even added to meals, they become an easy and consistent source of support. Now, moving on to something many people already have in their kitchen, but rarely think of this way. Parmesan cheese. Most see it as just a topping, a small addition. But in reality, it's one of the most concentrated sources of protein and bone-supporting nutrients available. It contains more than twice the protein of eggs, along with calcium, phosphorus, and essential vitamins that become increasingly important with age. What makes it especially useful for older adults is how it's digested. Parmesan is naturally low in lactose, making it easier to tolerate. And its protein is absorbed slowly, feeding your muscles over time rather than all at once. That slow release becomes critical as your body's ability to process protein declines with age. It's not just about how much protein you eat, but how effectively your body can use it. Even small amounts, sprinkled over meals, added to vegetables, or incorporated into simple dishes, can make a noticeable difference over time. Next, we move into something less familiar for many people, but incredibly effective. Tempeh. Made from fermented soybeans, tempeh is a complete protein. That means it contains all 9 essential amino acids your body needs to repair and maintain muscle tissue. This is something very few plant-based foods can offer, but what truly sets it apart is the combination of protein with probiotics. The fermentation process supports digestion, improves nutrient absorption, and helps reduce inflammation. 3 areas that often become problematic after 60. For many people, the hesitation is simply not knowing how to use it. But once incorporated into meals, whether sautéed, roasted, or grilled, it becomes one of the most efficient ways to nourish both muscles and overall health. Now let's talk about something more familiar: chicken breast. There's a reason it has remained a staple for so long. It's lean, easy to digest, and packed with high-quality protein. In fact, it provides more than double the protein found in eggs, without the added concerns that often come with high cholesterol intake. But beyond protein, it also supplies essential nutrients like B vitamins, selenium, and choline, all of which support energy production, brain health, and tissue repair. What's particularly important for older adults is how well the body can use this type of protein. It's efficient. It delivers what your muscles need without unnecessary strain. And when combined with even light physical activity, the effects can be amplified significantly. It's not about extreme exercise. It's about giving your body the right building blocks and a small reason to use them. Now, we come to the final food, the one that stands apart from everything else we've discussed: spirulina. At first glance, it may not look like food at all. It's a deep green algae, often sold as a powder, but nutritionally, it's one of the most concentrated sources of protein on Earth. By weight, it contains up to 70% protein. That's nearly 10 times the density of eggs. And it's not just protein. Spirulina is rich in iron, magnesium, potassium, and powerful antioxidants that protect your cells and reduce inflammation at a deep level. What makes it unique is how easily your body absorbs it. The nutrients are highly bioavailable, meaning your body can use them quickly and efficiently. Even small amounts, a teaspoon added to a smoothie or meal, can provide a noticeable boost over time. It's no surprise that organizations like NASA have explored spirulina as a potential food source for long-term missions. When something is that nutrient-dense, it changes how we think about food entirely. But before we go further, it's important to say this clearly. This information is for educational purposes only. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice. Always speak with your doctor or healthcare provider before making changes to your diet, especially if you have existing conditions or take medications. Your health is personal, and it deserves guidance tailored specifically to you. Now, stepping back for a moment, what we've really uncovered here is something simple. Muscle loss after 60 is not inevitable. It's influenced by what you eat, how your body processes nutrients, and whether you're giving it what it actually needs. We looked at pumpkin seeds, rich in minerals that support muscle function. We explored Parmesan, with its slow-digesting protein and bone-strengthening nutrients. We discussed tempeh, a complete protein that supports both digestion and recovery. We examined chicken breast, one of the most efficient and accessible options available. And finally, spirulina, a food so dense it redefines what nutrition can look like. The real difference doesn't come from doing everything perfectly. It comes from small, consistent changes. And right now, you have a choice. You can hear this, feel motivated for a moment, and move on. Or you can pick just one of these foods and start today. That small decision, repeated over time, is what leads to strength, stability, and independence in the years ahead. So tell me, out of these 5, which one are you most curious to try first? And again, I'd love to know, how old are you? And where are you watching from? If this helped you, take a moment to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future content. And if you'd like to support the channel, you can use the Super Thanks button below. Every bit helps us continue creating content designed specifically for you. Take care of your health, and I'll see you in the next video.